Good evening, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. It's so weird, guys. It's like the first day of fall. Even though it's still as hot as ever outside. Actually, it's honestly not that bad though. Like when we get those 90-degree days, I feel like that's just unbearably hot. It's not that bad. It's like low 80s-ish to high 70s sort of, so it's really not that bad. But Matthew is gone, you know. Today is the first Monday, you know, and so like it was weird. Like Matthew left on, what did he leave, Saturday, I think. And so like yesterday sort of just felt like, you know, he was just gone somewhere at work or whatever. And then today it was like we all went back to sort of our normal stuff, and like he still was in here. And then Jack was also gone at school, but he only had a half day. So actually I woke up sort of late, and he was only gone until like 11 o'clock, I think, and I woke up like 10 something. And so by the time I was like up and like getting ready and everything like that, my mom went to go pick him up actually. So, but he was back, like I said, you know, like at his first day of school. So like I said, they just had a half day for like the freshmen. I guess they have like a full day because of like they do orientation earlier in the day, and then in the afternoon with all of the other, like, you know, freshmen or sophomores, juniors, and seniors, the freshmen wind up going to and like going through their classes and stuff like that without having all the other, you know, age groups all being in the hallways, crowding the hallways and stuff like that. The freshmen sort of get like their time to just walk through and, you know, actually, you know, get to see, you know, and familiarize themselves with the school. And so, but since Jack's a junior now, he only had a half day, and he didn't get the half day last year because they were e-learning. So he was only like there, you know, his freshman year on like the first day of school. So, yeah, he was all like yesterday, like, what am I supposed to bring? And, you know, all this kind of stuff. And, so yeah, but anyways, he ended up, you know, going to that too. And then like my dad was back at work, which has been weird though, because like my dad's been working on Saturday. So like that almost feels like a weekday to me. But then Jack was home for like a little while during the day, and then he had to go back to football practice, which started at like 3 o'clock or something. But then like tomorrow, he'll be at school for like the normal time until like 3 o'clock, which is when school ends, and then right after that they go into football practice. And so then he doesn't get home until like 5 o'clock. So it's like he's like gone all day long. But anyways, it was, like I said, sort of, you know, everybody's getting adjusted back to that schedule and stuff like that. But guys, like I said, I woke up late because I went to bed late last night. It's sort of late already. I actually have everything ready though. I'm ready to go take a shower and then go straight to bed. But I still had like a bunch of random stuff that I had to try and like get done and finished up. I keep forgetting to do my German lesson, so I did that tonight. And I also needed to make my coffee for tomorrow, because I know I've mentioned this before, but I do not like to have my coffee hot. I like to have it cold, so I like to make it the night before and then leave it in the fridge. So like I make it in my French press, and so that's what I was doing, and then just heated up the water, threw in like, I used 4 cups of water and threw it in the microwave for like a minute and a half maybe, and then took like 2 heaping tablespoons of coffee and threw it in the French press as well. So it's like sort of like, I read somewhere that it's like a 1-to-1 ratio between coffee and like between water and coffee grounds. And I was like, there's no way. I did three tablespoons to like 4 cups, and that was like crazy strong coffee, like like way too much caffeine too. So I was like, no, it needs to at least be half that. Like, I know making a cup of coffee, I always thought it was sort of the same too, but like thinking about it too, I'm like, well, when we made 12 cups of coffee, I don't think we used 12 scoops of like coffee grounds. Like, I always felt like we used half, and so that's sort of the ratio that I'm thinking I want to go with too, for the same reason. But yeah guys, it has been so long since I have used an actual coffee pot. Like, when I first started drinking coffee, we used to have like a regular coffee pot, and then I don't really remember when it was. Like, I'm trying to think, because when I was in high school, I used to have coffee like sporadically. Like, I wouldn't drink it like every morning before I'd go to school, but like some mornings I would, and like, or if I had like a late start or something like that. And I don't remember when we finally got our Keurig for the first time. Like, I don't know if that was when I was in like high school yet or not, but I remember like still making regular coffee in the coffee pot. And yeah, like I said, I know maybe I think I was actually out of high school when we first got a Keurig. Or maybe like it was like my senior year or something like that. But I remember we still had a regular like coffee pot, and we used to like brew coffee. And maybe I'm trying to think, maybe our Keurig broke for a while and we went back to using like a regular coffee pot, and then went back to using like the Keurig again once we got another one. Maybe that was what happened. I can't totally remember though, but I remember like when my grandma was still living here, like making like a 12 cup, you know, pot of coffee, and like, I don't know why. I feel like, and like I drink it too. Sometimes my dad would make it in the mornings before he'd go to work, or like we'd have it like set on a timer. Like I remember that too. But like I said, I don't really remember when. And like, you know, I feel like it was when I was out of high school, and I really think that maybe that was what happened. We had a Keurig, then it broke, then we went back to using regular like coffee pot or something like that. Or we might have just not used the Keurig as much because there were so many people drinking coffee in the house, like me, my mom, my dad, and my grandma. So like we could easily polish off a 12 cup, you know, pot of coffee, or we'd make less or something like that. But I remember like distinctively, for some reason, I don't know why, I can't, like I said, exactly remember like at what point we used it. And like, because I don't know, I don't think I was in high school, maybe I was, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so like I said, it's been a really long time, and I sort of like miss having like a pot of coffee, like, you know, so you can just go back and refill your cup. The thing that stinks is that sometimes it would wind up being cold. Unless you left it on, like, you know, you could leave it like to keep warm, or like, you know, the warming function on or whatever. But yeah, I sort of miss that, just being like, oh, like I still want some coffee, or like, oh, that wasn't enough or whatever, and like just being able to go back and sort of just reheat, you know, or have, you know, more coffee or whatever. Like I said, I remember like my grandma always, like, she'd always polish off the cup at the pot at the end. Like if there was like, you know, it's sort of like midday, late in the afternoon or something like that, nobody else was gonna have any more, like my grandma would have like 4 cups. Like she could put away her coffee, and the thing was, she drank it black. I don't know why. Like, she never liked anything in it. She liked cappuccino, and she actually loved instant cappuccino, but like that was the only thing. Otherwise, she'd just drink whatever coffee we were making, and she'd always have it black. Like, I don't know why. To me, that is just so weird. Like, not weird, but like I can't. Like, the reason I like coffee actually is because I love creamer so much. Like, I love the taste of coffee creamer, and so I think that's just why. I feel like it's such a wonderful balance if you can find it between coffee and the way creamer tastes. There's just something about the way coffee and creamer like taste together, and that's what makes me like it. Like, I can't drink creamer without coffee. That's sort of gross. And like I used to, though, when I was little, I used to drink like the little what's it called, like the little creamers that they give you at like the restaurants for like breakfast or whatever. My parents would get coffee, and like I'd be like, can I just drink the creamer? And I used to do that. And like now I feel like, and not now, but like creamer, a lot of times it's too sweet, which is why I don't add sugar to it. But I like that taste with it. Like I don't really like the way regular creamer tastes, I guess. I don't know. Like, it has to be like, I like French vanilla, like the French vanilla coffee creamer from Aldi. And it has sugar in it already, obviously, because it's still very sweet. It's not like normal, like creamer, like cream, not like creamer, I guess. Like, I could probably drink that maybe by itself, I don't know. But I still don't really like it enough to actually have like a cup of it. But like, I need caffeine too in the morning, so like coffee is like also the perfect balance. But I couldn't drink creamer by itself, I couldn't drink coffee by itself, like black. And so yeah, like I said, it's just, for me, it's that wonderful harmony that the two of them make. But yeah, my grandma, like I said, she could drink just cups and cups of just black coffee, and I don't know how, it's like sludge, and she just would, like I said, just keep putting it away. I remember though, one of the, not the first times, but one of the times that I actually was like, oh my gosh, I really love coffee. My grandma went down the street, there used to be a gas station, and I remember she walked down there and she came back, and it was one day in the summer when it was like really hot outside, and she was like, Kayla, I got like one of the Starbucks Frappuccinos, and that's like so sweet. It's so like anti-coffee. Like, I don't know why my grandma picked it out and decided to buy it. And she got, you know, the bottle. And it was already cold, but I remember she poured it in this little glass, and she asked me, she was like, do you want it, you know, half of it? She's like, I'm probably not going to finish the whole thing because she didn't like how sweet it was. Which is so weird too, because it's so anti my grandma. Like, she would drink, not drink, she would just eat candy for dinner sometimes. Like circus peanuts. We always joke that like that was her thing. Like, she'd eat circus peanuts for dinner. But she loved candy. Like, I mean, she'd eat actual dinner. But like, I just remember there was one time we were like, oh, we're gonna stop at the grocery store and get, you know, like dinner for tonight. And we were like, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I'll just have circus peanuts. And we were like, that's not dinner. Like, she ended up finding something in the fridge to eat, like just leftovers or whatever, but she just ended up like eating like circus peanuts too. She was just gonna split the drink with me, and so I remember she put like ice cubes in it, and I think maybe she even put like whipped cream and like sprinkles on there or something like that. And I don't know why, like, she just made it like so like special for like no reason. And yeah, that was the first time that I ever really liked having like coffee. Maybe she didn't do the sprinkles and the whipped cream. I don't remember. Maybe that was my mom a different time, but I remember like she like put it in this cute little cup and like got me a straw and like, you know, put ice in it and everything like that, and it was really good. And that's when I was like, I actually really like coffee. And again, this was like maybe one of the first, second, third times that I had actually had coffee, and I was like, this is good. And so my grandma, I have my grandma to thank for my addiction to coffee. But yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm going to take a shower and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.